Malvern captains tonight are number 5, Bryson Barnes. And Bryson's also going to be a modern care pick as the player of the game to watch. And right beside him is number 7, and that would be all over the field, Justin James. You can't say anything more about Justin James. He's all over the field. Also joining them as a captain is Quante Walker, senior linebacker that just really played well last year. And Marcel Bedford, another senior that's wide receiver, defensive back.
Both teams have come out on their sidelines now as we get set. Ja'Kerry Dupree going to be the deep man for Malvern. Quante Walker and Trent Block line up as the upbacks as Lakeside gets set to kick. Looks like Brett Gaston will be kicking off for Lakeside. A good size young man. I'm going to guess he probably plays somewhere along the line when he's not handling kicking duty.
Yeah, and true to Lakeside form, all they give you is the name and the number of the kid, no size, nothing. So but we do have their name and their number and the size and their classification. So we'll fight through that. We're about ready to kick this thing off, Mike.
Ron McNamara, what time is it?
It's showtime.
It is showtime at Claude Mann Stadium, and the kick is away. Ja'Kerry Dupree will field it inside his own, inside the goal line. He'll get an automatic touchback, and the Leopards will get the ball to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The Leopards were pretty successful. They were really successful last week with about anything they tried. So we got a little more. I don't know that the Lakeside Rams are any bigger because Arkadelphia had a pretty good size front. And we'll just see what Coach Fogelman dials up.
Austin Warford brings the play in from the sideline. Remind you again, our isolated player tonight is number 5, Bryson Barnes, the modern care isolated player of the game. Warford sets up in shotgun. One running back to his right. Looks to throw near side underneath. Complete to
Marcel
Bedford. Bedford's going to get about 3 on the play to bring up second down 7.
Look like then what we were talking about earlier from that stack, they have people coming at Austin. Austin stood back there, took his time, rushed a little bit. I mean, it wasn't rushed, but he had to go ahead and get rid of it and did a good job.
Tim Hardiman, the junior, comes in for Malvern, as does Desjourdon.
Yeah, we got a real good stable of backs. We can keep them fresh and keep them coming and going.
Hardiman goes split to the far side. Trish right, split left. Dupree set up to Warford's left. Leopards on the near hash mark. Warford takes a snap, throws far side over the head of his intended receiver. He's looking for Dawn on the far side. Pass goes in, complete. It's going to bring up third down and 7, maybe 8 yards from Malvern.
Well, once again, they're crossing up their linebackers in that stack front, and we missed an inside linebacker come through there, and Justin had a lot of heat on him. What we kind of expect is some screens or something over that because they're really, really aggressive, and you can play some offense against that.
Dalton Holman comes in at tight end. Twins left, split right. Warford takes a snap. Plenty of time. Lets it go. Far side. He has a man. It's caught. First down, Malvern at the 48-yard line.
Jalene Harris, sophomore, 6-foot sophomore, went up and got that, and really.
They're going to say incomplete. Looked like he had him from here. And they're going to call it fourth down. They shielded away from the ball. Must have gotten away on the far side. It looked like he had it.
I'm sorry, that was number 9, Dalton Holman, that was out there. I thought it looked all. Holman did a great job, ran a great route, and the guy was right there with him. My guess is that knocked it out of his hands, but that'll be there all night. As big and talented as Holman is, we'll see that again. This kid is a good, big athlete.
Colton Welch gets the snap, gets the punt away. High punt, angled to the near sideline, goes out of bounds. It's going to be very near midfield, and Lakeside's going to end up with outstanding field position.
Yeah, that one wasn't a shank, but last week we got used to seeing a little bit longer punts than that. Great hang time. The kid can get the ball in the air, but just went off the foot to the left.
We're going to mark that all the way back to the Malvern 43-yard line.
Good grief, are we at Lakeside again?
And the Rams are going to have outstanding field position and a defense that Played very well last week, being called on early here in the first quarter. 10:54 to go in the first, no score. As the Rams come to the line of scrimmage, trips left, split right. Swing pass to the far side, complete. Leopards give good pursuit, gain of maybe a yard on the play. Garrett Carson, the quarterback for Lakeside.
Yeah, sophomore. We don't know much about Carson. He obviously moved up from the junior high, but he looks to be a big kid. Looks to be 6 foot plus, somewhere around 85 pounds maybe.
Carson again sets up in shotgun. Twins to either side, one back in the backfield. Second down and 9. Carson give underneath. Leopards right there. Little or no gain on the play to bring up third down.
Yeah, I named the call all night last week. Quante Walker, the senior linebacker, 5'10", 170 pounds, and he came through there from the 40, and actually they lost a yard, Mike.
Bring up third down, and we'll call it 9.5. As Carson gets the play from the sideline.
As do most of the opponents we replace play. You know, they're running out of that spread, but no huddle.
Twins to either side. Carson takes a snap, rolls to his left. Flag comes down. Pass is incomplete. Wait and see what the penalty is. If it's against Lakeside, Malvern will likely decline.
Carson, the Lakeside quarterback that time, was running to his left, throwing right, and that's hard for anybody to do, and he just couldn't get his feet set under him and get anything on the ball.
A sideline warning against Lakeside. That was a call that we got quite frustrated with at times last year. Okay. Of course, it does not result in any penalty with the first warning. It does bring up fourth down now for the Rams, and they send out what we presume to be their punt team.
Yeah, it looks like Marcel Bedford go back in single coverage.
Bedford is the deep man, as Ron said. He's going to set up inside his own 5. Good snap, no pressure. The kick's away, and it is a good kick. Bounds at the 11, takes a Lakeside rollout, and will be down near the 5-yard line of the Leopards. But Ron, good opening series for that Malvern defense.
Yeah, actually they gained 2 on the first one, lost 2. Lost one of it back, and looked like they had a net gain of 1, and then the incomplete pass on third down. One thing that we do know, and from last week too, is it seemed like every Lakeside coach thought they had to have a trick offense and whatever. Jared McBride's bunch going to run up. They're going to line up, and they're going to run at you. They're going to play hard-nosed football, and we don't expect a lot of the stuff that we used to see from the Rams in the past, trying to find some way to win.
Full backfield for Malvern as Warford sets up in shotgun. Going to look to throw. Going down the far sideline. He's looking for Barnes. He's got it. Midfield at the 40. He's still on his feet at the 35. Loses the football, and it's recovered by Malvern. Japan Dupree goes down and recovers the fumble. Wow, what a play.
Well, the problem was that Barnes was out there, and they were holding him up, and then another player came in, had a free shot at him, and that's when you you might have a pull-up. Then Dupree's right there.
Give Dupree credit. Yeah. The back out of the backfield, trailing that play, he could have quit a long time ago. But he followed the play all the way, and it ends up being huge for Malvern. We do have a flag on the near sideline. Not sure they're going to... My guess is going to be another sideline warning. I don't know if this was... Yeah. Okay, we do have a sideline warning against Malvern, and this crew seems intent on keeping the players in the players' box.
You know, and that's one thing that every crew, seems like every referee crew, have their own little idiosyncrasies that they want things done, and I guess this is a sideline crew, Mike. Great start for the Leopards in the second series.
Leopards come to the line of scrimmage. Twins left. Warford looking for additional signals. Now barking out signals to his line. Dupree sets up to his right. And the Leopards jump. It was a hard count, and both receivers on the near side for Malvern moved.
Let me say one thing about that last pass. You can see that on 4 o'clock tomorrow on Channel 13, thanks to our friends at Suddenly. But Austin Wolford put that ball out there. There was one guy who put it out there for one guy to catch it, and Barnes had a D-back on his hip, but it was in the only place that he could put it where Bryston Barnes could go in and get it, and that's a great play by the Modern Care isolated player of the game.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 30-40-yard line, brings up 1st and 15 from Malvern. Flint's underside for Warford, has Dupree set up to his left. Takes a snap, takes the give, throw underneath, complete. At the 25, he's got a running room. Marcel Beckford at the corner, and touchdown Malvern!
Wow. For a little swing out of the backfield. Marcel comes out, has a corner coming across, beat a safety, and the Leopards strike fast and hit the Rams in the mouth first right here. 9:04 left in this first quarter. The Leopards lead this one 6-0, and the very talented Jesus Torres lines up for the PAT on a hold out of Jake Golden.
Torres sets up for the extra point. Good snap, bad snap rather. It's going to be fumbled, and Leopard's going to have to cover it up, so they're just going to hang on to a 6-0 lead. And we're going to take a short break here from Claude Mann Stadium. Leopards lead 6-0. Return to Claude Mann Stadium. Leopards have taken a 6-0 lead on a 34-yard pass from Austin Warford to Marcel Bedford. And fumble on the extra point, so the extra point was no good, but a run after somewhat of a sputtering start on the first possession. Leopards looked in sync there against Lakeside.
Well, they looked good on that first series when Austin hit Holman in stride, coming off his tight end side, and just it just wasn't quite ready to hang on to it.
Torres gets set to kick off now for Malvern. Holly deep for Lakeside.
Ball. The ball's on the ground. Scramble
for it.
Torres just kicked a real high ball. Hit about the 40-yard line, rolled down there, and didn't look like the Rams knew exactly what they wanted to do.
They're going to get the ball at the 35, and the Malvern defense has started out well. Gets a bit more breathing room here, Ron, than they did on that first series.
That's true.
Rams come back out. Garrett Carson, the sophomore quarterback, sets up in shotgun once again. Trips right, split left. Takes a snap, swing pass, near side. Leopards read it well, and out there is, I believe, Trent Block, and Block's going to drop him for a 5-yard loss.
I'm going to tell you something. Quante Walker gets excited too. 42 and 43, the linebackers, and with Justin James in the middle. They are a fun bunch to watch. You need to get here at home, listen to this. We appreciate it. But you need to get out and watch these kids. We really got some good high school linebackers.
Loss of 4 on the play makes it 2nd down 14 from the 31. Carson drops back, looks to pass over the middle, has a man, and it's complete. Very near the first down marker on the reception is Jalen Holly, and he did a good job hanging on as there was 3 men around him looking to take a shot.
Well, Holly's a go-to guy on this football team. They're going to get the ball. Coach Fogelman told me they're going to get the football in his hands as much as possible because he's the go-to back. He's got speed. He's a really good receiver, really good receiver coming out of the backfield, and we expect to see a lot more of him because we saw a lot of him last year.
3rd down, and it looks like about 8 inches from here. Ball at the 45 of Lakeside, tight formation, power eye formation. We got flags down.
I'm going to guess we got a right tackle over here lined up offsides, number 16. He'd be a wideout. Maybe not. He was awful close to the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
False start against Lakeside, and that's going to give the Leopard defense some breathing room once again. We'll bring up 3rd down and just over 5. And it's going to bring a different formation in for Lakeside. They come in with the power high, and they're going to spread it back out.
Yeah, one thing that we do know that they will have multiple offensive formations.
Twins to either side. Carson again in shotgun, as he has been all night. 7:29 to go in the first. Malvern leads 6-0. Snap is good, and Carson looking to throw. Swing the screen pass underneath, and Leopards miss a tackle, and that's going to give Lakeside the first down. On the reception is number 22, Garrett Garner. He'll get into Leopard territory down to the 44.
Yeah, Garner did a good job. He was there right behind the line of scrimmage, and Leopard had a shot at him and just missed him to the inside and let him pick up the first down. And it was a nice run on his part.
First down and 10 for Lakeside at the Malvern 44-yard line. Again, the Leopards lead 6-0. Different look as Holly, now the quarterback, going to keep it off the left side, picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Once again, Mike, like we're talking, they want the ball in Holly's hands. They'll use him as a wildcat, whatever you want to call it back there. He's not much of a threat. He can throw the ball, but he's actually read an option off of that one with the back there, and he's a dangerous player.
Brings up 2nd and 5. Carson back at quarterback now. Twins to either side. Moves his running back to his left side. That's Garner. Now drops straight back. Throws left side. Pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 once again for Lakeside.
Well, Richard Burke was out there open, the senior wide out, and Garrett Carson threw him a good ball out there, and I believe he just took his hands off of it because...
Took his hands off?
I mean, yeah, well, he had his hands on it for a little bit, took his eyes off of it. Maybe went through his hands. How's that?
That's better. Twins to either side. Carson working at, I can't let it go.
Edit that out, will you, Laverne?
Carson sets up in shotgun, takes a snap, give, up the middle, that's Garner. Garner's going to get within a yard of the first down. It will be 4th, and maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards.
Yeah, you got to expect the Rams to go for this one, 4th and short. In the past, now they have had some field goal kickers that could kick at that. Some of that's had a couple of kids, really great soccer players that they got inside that 35-yard line. They were kicking field goals, but looks like they're going to go for it on this time. The ever dangerous Holly in the 21 split out left.
Power eye formation for Lakeside. Flags down again. Prior to the snap, got to assume, Vaughn, this is going to be another illegal procedure.
Yeah. Because the Leopards were set, so it's not encroached by there we go.
It's going to be a ball. Ball start again against Lakeside. Moves the ball back to the 40-yard line. Now makes it 4th down and about 6.
Yeah, I think that Coach McBride's decided he's probably going to kick this away. Because he's got 4th and 6, and that's a 4th. That's a long.
The quarterback coming back in.
Okay.
Carson sets up at quarterback. Now he takes a couple steps back, maybe another quick kick. He does. It's high and short, so Leopards get in good field position.
Went out of bounds. We'll see what kind of spot they get.
Should be around the 25, somewhere in there, I would imagine.
Yeah.
24, 25.
We don't have the great eyes the great eyes that the officials do when that ball goes that line.
Yeah, they put it at the 26. I was within a yard. 5:18 to go in the first quarter. A fast-moving first quarter, despite all the passing.
6-0. The Leopards lead this one on the 2-pass play drive in the last possession. Yeah, well, with this season we're out without Eagle-Eye Johnny Gibbs, and
for the most part.
We may show up sooner or later. We don't know. We got a spot for him.
Want to see what Not sure what happened there.
That could be a fumble. They call that. The ball that
right down in the middle of it.
The center snapped the ball, and nobody was ready for it.
There's a flag, 2 flags down.
And the Rams jumped on the football, so we obviously hope we had. Let's just see the call.
Waving this flag off. Are we waving them both off?
Yeah, they waved the flags off, and there's another flag on the side. They waved the flags off and gave the ball to the Rams. That's what I was afraid was going to happen. The Leopards were not ready. They were standing around, and when the center snaps the ball, it's live. And it bounced around on somebody's feet, and the Ram jumped on it at the 25-yard line, setting the Rams up in wonderful field position by a mistake that the Leopards didn't make many mistakes last week.
Rams have the ball at the Malvern 25-yard line now, 1st and 10. Carson sets up, takes a snap. They're going to run a little small reverse. It's like Garner on the carry, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on the play.
Ran into Chris Bell, then turned around and reversed his field, and that was a mistake because he ran into Mason Morgan.
Loss of just a bit on the play. Brings up 2nd down, we'll call it 10. Again, the Rams have the ball at the Malvern 25. They're just outside the 25. Carson again works out a shotgun. Twins to either side, brings a man in motion. Reverse, near side, trying to get outside. Great play by the Malvern Leopards.
I'll tell you what, number 25, Jared Walker, sophomore 6-footer, came up and laid a lick on him.
Tavion Perkins on the carry for Lakeside, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8.5, we'll call it 9 yards. Ball just inside the Malvern 25.
You know, we were talking about our interior line, but I tell you, Coach Fogelman had a lot of nice things saying, and we're done if we don't mention Isaac Wright and Chris Bell out there on these defensive ends. They really play well.
Carson rolling to his left, looking to throw, far sideline, pass is bounced in there to go incomplete. I believe.
Yeah, we had a bounce in there last
flag down out there as well. They're going to say it's complete, but I'm not sure if this one's going to come back or not. It looks to me have thrown around the line of scrimmage.
Illegal feet.
Yeah. And penalty will go against Lakeside. Ironically, he must have gotten his hands on it. From here, it looked like it bounced in there.
Wasn't quite as obvious as the one they missed in Arkadelphia last week. I mean, that was a full skip, like skipping a rock across the pond, flat rock across the pond. We couldn't see this one from our vantage point.
Ball spotted back now at the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd down again. And a lot of penalties so far in this game, much more than we saw last week.
And once again, if you're just joining us, 3:50 left here in the first quarter. Leopards lead this one 6-0.
Rams come back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 14. Ball at the 29 of Malvern. Sophomore quarterback Carson sets up again in shotgun with twins to both sides. Garner sets up to his right. Drops straight back. Now rolling to his right, under some pressure, gets away from one man. Flag comes in, may have been a face mask against Malvern.
That or a hold, I'm guessing face mask. And that's just a kid trying his best. Personal foul. Wow, they're going to call a personal foul, and that's 15 yards. That's unfortunate. He was hemmed up in a bunch, and you just start grabbing for things, and unfortunately they came up with a face mask when the Leopards did. So this situation, I was going to say, the Rams need a 5th down, but they're not going to need it on this one. They're going to get a 1st and 10 here inside the 20-yard line, look like, with new life from a Leopard fumble snap.
Really just, you talked to Coach last week about a pretty much mistake-free game. This one not necessarily going that route so far for the Leopards.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for Lakeside. Carson again sets up in shotgun. Leopards showing blitz. Carson backs away and is going to get some additional signals from the sideline. Now takes the snap, drops straight back again. He's got a man open underneath. Garner's going to be brought short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down and about 2.
Once again, we'd encourage you to watch this ball game at 4 o'clock to March 7th, Channel 13, and watch number 7. Our favorite Justin James comes flying in there and stopped him short of the first down. Big play here again for the Rams.
They're going to go big here as they bring in the beef, so to speak. Probably going to see the power I formation again out of Lakeside. The Malvern defense, the defensive front, stacked up well with these guys. They don't have their dimensions, but boy, they tight line from Malvern. Holly's going to come split out to the near side.
Melvin Isaacs on the ends.
We got a timeout on the field. Lakeside wants to talk about it.
Coach McBride saw something didn't like.
We'll take a break as well. 2:34 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Malvern. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football. Again, we return to Claude Stadium. 2:34 to go here in the first quarter. Malvern leads 6-0. But Lakeside threatening towards the end of the quarter. They'll have the ball 4th and 2.
In the ever-improving broadcast we have, we want to thank Steve and Mary Laverne. We actually have a little, what is it, 17-inch flat screen TV right here in front of us, so we can actually watch the video of what you'll be watching on Channel 13 tomorrow. Laverne says he's working on instant replay, but he can't get Superintendent Mr. Golden to spend those thousands.
Instant replay and a telestrator. Power I formation once again. Carson under center, turns, gives to his big back, and he's going to have the first down.
Yeah, Blakely Lawless, big sophomore, actually ran in behind his right tackle guard and was patient, Mike. He waited there, and they opened up a crease for him, and he shot through it and gave the Rams a 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line.
Rams looking to tie it up and possibly take the lead. Twins either side. Carson back in shotgun once again. Empty backfield. Now they got 2 guys run on the field. One had to run back off.
21 jump. And just
hit as he releases the football. It is incomplete. A lot of things going on there, Ron, that I'm surprised there wasn't a flag thrown. Looked like we got a jump on the left side out there by the slot receiver.
I'm just going to call him Jalen Holly, and number 21 for the Rams. And I know a lot of the Rams fans watch this playback. If that is the wrong mispronunciation of the young man's first name, I apologize. But he is one heck of a football player. He lined that out to the left for the Rams, and looked, he's real fast. But I don't know whether he's that fast or not. Great crowd from the Rams over here.
Again, Twins to either side. Carson takes a snap. Keeper off the right side. Hit and dropped at about the 15-yard line. Wow. Justin James in on the tackle.
Justin James just took an offensive guard, pushed him back into the backfield, and made the tackle.
Quante Walker back there as well. Minute 45 to go here in the first quarter. Malvern leading 6-0. Ron, just as I was bragging about how quickly the game was moving, we've come to a crawl. A lot of flags here late in the first quarter. 3rd down, 15 for Lakeside. Is that right? 3rd down?
3rd and 15, yes, sir.
Carson working out a shotgun. Stack formation to the near side. Looking to the far side. Has the man. It is complete. And tackle made there by Josh Williams.
Yeah, Josh Williams. Wasn't much Josh could do about that. Richard Birch ran a slant. And slant meaning from the outside across the middle toward the goalpost. And I want to tell you something. Garrett Carson hit him right in the numbers. That's one of those ones you just run that well, a pattern that well. It's impossible, almost impossible to defend. The only thing you can hope is a linebacker can get in between it, but they'd run the linebackers off with another wide out.
Ball spotted near the 2-yard line. Power I formation once again. Carson takes, gives, once again to his big back, and he's going to get in the end zone. Well, that is Blakely Lawless for the Rams, and he ties the game up 6-0. And Ron, the missed extra point now It's early in the ball game, but do you always worry about that coming back to haunt you? We mentioned it last week when Arkadelphia missed an extra point.
Well, you know, you do. And this, you know, really, Mike, 1 or 2 points may be critical in this ball game. We get late down in the fourth quarter. The Rams did a good job of taking that kick is up, and it is good. Did a good job of a gift of a misplay and finally got it in.
Rams lead 7-6, 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football. And we return to Clark-Man Stadium. 7-6, Lakeside leads Malvern. 52 seconds to go in the first quarter as the Rams took the lead on a 2-yard run and an extra point.
The Rams really had to earn that 7 points. They started on about their own 25. I mean, the Leopard 25 on a fumbled snap. Stopped twice, aided by a penalty, and were able to finally punch it in.
Plethora of penalties on that drive against both teams. The kick is away.
What a leg.
Jakiri going to field it after one. He's across the 10, the 15. Breaks the tackle, trying to get to the outside, and he'll be brought down up near the 24-yard line with 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Watch number 27, Lane Purefoy out there. He was roughing it up. He's fighting like a leopard. Senior. Lane's a good kid, senior. He's 5'10", 60 pounds, and I'm going to tell you something. That's a hard 160 on that young man.
Leopards come to the line of scrimmage. Fifth right, split left. Jakiri Dupree set up to Warford's left. Brings a man in motion. That's Bedford. Going to give to Bedford. Bedford is going to be wrapped up in the backfield, lose a yard, maybe 2 on the play, as Lakeside read that one perfectly.
Yeah, it looked like an inside reverse that just wasn't developing real well, and it looked like it might be in trouble from the inception of the play, or from the time the ball was snapped.
Leopards come back to the line of scrimmage. Now just one receiver to either side, tied in on both sides for Malvern. Warford takes a snap, gives to Dupree. Dupree escapes one tackler, gets up near the 25, gains a couple on the play, so we'll bring up 3rd and long as we end the third quarter of play. Lakeside leads Malvern 7-6. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Back at Clark-Man Stadium as we get the second quarter underway. Leopards have the ball 3rd and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Warford working out of shotgun, takes a snap, looks right.
Got a man.
Got a man, incomplete, looking for Desjardins over the middle. Goes incomplete. Bring up 4th down for Malvern.
Yeah, it's unfortunate hit him in the hands, and that's just something you don't see very often at all. Desjardins, the senior wideout, a ball that he can touch it, he can't quite hold on to. Warford did a good job, threw it into a crowd and threw it to right straight to his receiver, but just wasn't able to hold on, Mike.
The Leopard punt team comes out. The Rams should get good field position out of this one. Colton Welch set to punt. He'll set up at about the 11. Good snap. Welch gets it away. Nice kick. This one will bound at the 41. Takes a Leopard roll. Not sure if it hit a Malvern player there, but they're going to down it at the 25.
Yeah, it did.
They're going to say that it touched a Malvern player at about the 35, and it looked like it did.
Yeah, watch this on Channel 13 tomorrow. The Rams were actually, a couple of the Rams were having the arms out kind of trying to keep the Leopards away from the ball, so maybe keeping the other man. And I'm assuming that was legal because I did not see any yellow hankies on the field.
Yeah, you can block.
But it was, I'd be almost illegal use of the hands spread out, I would think. But I'm old school, so we don't, before you say that, Mikey said
leather helmet days.
Sitting here with a goofy grin on his face.
11:45 to go here in the first half. Lakeside comes to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Sent a man in motion. Fake the give. That is Holly on the keeper. He's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play.
It's getting tough in there in the middle, I'm telling you. Those Leopards, once again, you start with Mason Morgan and Trey Broughton in the middle, and you go back with Isaac Wright out on one end, and the big old sophomore junior Chris Bell out on the other side, and Chris looks bigger than that 5'9", 219, but honestly, for high school football people, that's an impressive front four. They're good kids, good football players.
Carson back at quarterback, like another receiver got a job. Great play. Great play on the far side. Wow.
Now I want to tell you,
pass is incomplete.
As an old defensive back in the dark ages, you don't play it any better than Jared Walker did there. Got there just at the time and the ball and knocked it loose. But looks like we're going to get a hold against the Mighty Rams.
Holding penalty against Lakeside. Didn't see where the flag looked to have been thrown at about the 35. Should push them to the 25.
If you really want to see perfect timing, watch this on Channel 13. We've got 11 minutes left here in the second half. Watch Jared come in there and hit him at the right time and then get his hands around the receiver to make sure the ball. But that's classic. That's just awful good for a sophomore. More of these sophomore D-backs are fun to watch. Got number 4, Kalen Burks back in the back there, and I'll talk more about that kid a little bit later.
We got one-man singlet on the near side. This time Carson rolls to his right, throws underneath it, almost picked off by Justin James. James went up, read it perfectly, and just couldn't get a handle on it.
I'm going to go back to Kalen Burks. Kalen Burks is the starting their region at a lot of safety, 6 foot, 160 pounds. Not quite as big as his daddy, but great kid, great football player. And of course, the Burks family, through basketball and football, there's a good bloodline there. And Jason's following his daddy's steps on me. Jason's not a tackle like his daddy is. Jason's back there with a little bit of speed.
4 receivers to the right, one man isolated to the near side. Trying to spread Malvern out. Carson rolls right, throws underneath. It is caught, but it's going to be a very short gain on the far side of the field. A flag down again. Jalen Holly on the reception for Lakeside. It's going to be holding again against Lakeside. This penalty flag was thrown at the 21. This could back them all the way back to the 11.
And if you don't know who Kalen Burks is, go by Andy's and see his daddy, Big J. Personal, good friend of mine, long-time Leopard, and one heck of a football player.
The penalty was declined. It's going to bring up 4th down for Lakeside. It'll be 4th down and 20. Deep for Malvern is Marcel Bedford. He's going to set up at about the Malvern 39, make it the 32. Nice high long kick. Bounds at the 42, takes a Lakeside roll, and will be down at the 35.
Leopards do a good job there on that stand, aided by penalties, but not only that, aided by penalties, but leave a text here from our old buddy Johnny Gibbs. Anyway, nice job by the Leopard defense, aided by penalties. They really didn't need because they'd stopped them anyway, so Leopard offense takes over on their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10, Mikey.
Good job there by the Malvern defense. And the 2 out of 3 series, really, they've dominated. The 1 scoring series really aided by penalties for Lakeside. Warford going to take the snap now, going to give up the middle, actually face the give. He'll keep it, and he'll be dropped back at the 30-yard line, so a loss of about 4 on the play.
Well, that tells me one thing, that the Lakeside defensive coaches watched some Arkadelphia film, because that was the one where that he fakes it to Jakari Debris as he goes across into the middle and keeps it himself, and he had some big runs off of that last week.
Trish left split right from Malvern, who quarterback. Dalton Holman in at quarterback for Malvern. Takes the snap, gives to Dupree, left side. Dupree with a good gain up over the 35 to the 38. Going to bring it to 3rd and somewhat manageable.
Yeah, we expected to see Holman a little bit last week, and he's getting in here, getting him a good indoctrination here early in this ball game. He's a bigger kid than Austin. Got a good, strong arm. Really, like we said earlier in that pass play, very versatile, tight end, quarterback, and we'll see what Dalton can do here.
2 men in the backfield beside Holman. Twins left, split right. Takes a snap, drops straight back, has some pressure, escapes one man and another, but he is going to be dropped at the 34-yard line. Nothing, couldn't find a receiver out there.
I will tell you something. The deep men were covered well. Dejon Don was down and covered, and you just didn't have anybody to go through because as also was Javante Jones. So brings up a 4th down for the Leopards, and
Leopards set to kick again, kicking for Malvern. Is Colton Welch, yeah. Holly deep for Lakeside, good snap. Lakeside tries to get pressure on, but Welch gets it away. Bounds at the 42, takes a Lakeside roll. We'll wait to see where they spot it. 8:35 to go here in the first half. Malvern trails 7-6 in what has been a tightly contested ball game.
Yeah, the Leopards needed a 5th down on that series, Mike.
Lakeside going to get the ball at their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10, so good field position for them. As Ron mentioned earlier, we got a text from Johnny. He's watching his nephews, a senior at Benton. They lead at halftime against Jacksonville, 28-6. Carson takes a snap, give up the middle. Good game for Lakeside. And Ron, maybe it's just my eyes. There's a pretty good lean that they get right before the snap that never gets called.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing it almost close to being too quick off the ball, and but they are leaning.
2nd down and a little over a yard for Lakeside. They're in Malvern territory at the 48. Twins left, Twins right. Carson takes a snap. Underneath pass, underneath, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. We still can't believe he didn't catch it.
Scott Cole looking at the ball, looking at his hands, looking at the ball, couldn't believe that the ball didn't end up in his hands. And they got 3rd down here for the Leopards.
3rd down and 2. For Lakeside.
Quite honestly, Mike, it's a lower. I thought this would be a higher scoring ball game than it is so far. Of course, it could break loose any time, but
a lot of penalties so far. Carson working out a shotgun, takes a snap underneath, and the Rams are going to get the 1st down. And the Rams had found something with Blakely Lawless rather, at running back. He's powering through some tackles. And he'll have the 1st down at the 40-yard line of the Leopards.
I'm kind of guessing that's something that the Leopards haven't seen a whole lot of. And
Lawless will stay in at tailback.
Mason Morgan comes out for a breather and replaced by Colton Welch on the defensive line. There at hole.
And again, Lawless on the carry. And he'll get down to, we'll call it the 38-yard line, gain of a couple on the play.
Once again, we'd like to thank Steve and Mary Laverne and the prison class for all they do for these broadcasts. We thank our advertisers do, but I'm going to tell you what, the Laverne spent a lot of their own time, extra time Saturday morning, late on Friday night, getting this prepared for your broadcast at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Channel 13 on 7 Link.
2nd down 8 for Lakeside. Trips left. One receiver split to the far side for Lakeside. They're going to turn around and give it to Lively. He's looking for room up the middle. Off the right tackle, rather. He'll get up to about the 35-yard line.
That looked almost like a busted play. I don't believe that they could run that unsmooth every time. Do you, Mike?
Unsmooth. I'm just contemplating the word.
Unsmooth. That would be not smooth, not indeed smooth. That would be rough.
I don't know. I like an unsmooth. I use that.
We'll use unsmooth in our broadcast from now on.
3rd down and 5 for Lakeside. 6:34 to go here in the first half. Lakeside leads 7-6. Carson takes a snap, looking to throw, right side, over the middle, pass complete. It's going to be a touchdown for the Rams.
Same play they ran the touchdown before, that slant across the middle to Richard Hurks. And once again, I'm telling you what, Garrett Carson hit him in stride. And Leopard's falling behind a little bit on this one. That was once again, Mike, there much you can do about that. If your safety misses him, and the safety couldn't quite get to him.
So Rams set up now for the extra point. All extra points crucial at this point after one was missed. Flags go down. The extra point would have been good. This may back the Rams up as it was prior to the snap.
That would almost clear the trees to get back into the street. What street does this run behind the left, the east field goal? East,
actually, we're going to call that against Malvern.
I was going to say,
I did not, writing something down and missed the call. Nonetheless, it's like the penalty's going to go against the Leopards.
Yeah, the only reason that the Rams would take this is because they wanted to go for two. And at this point in the ball game, it's the old saying, Mike, do you ever take points off? Take points off of the scoreboard. Coach McBride over there, coach talking to his staff, trying to decide what he's going to do. Coach said, well, maybe we can't get two, but
well, they blew the whistle prior to the snap. Lakeside's going to have to either kick it again or go for two.
Okay, but they're going to go for two. Run the kicker off, and
so the extra point was irrelevant when they blew the whistle.
Mikey once again right on his game, folks. I'm telling you, that kid is on his game.
And it looks, as Ron said, it looks like Lakeside's going to go for two. This is extremely important.
Yes, it is.
And if the Malvern defense can hold here, changes the complexion of the ball game. Power I formation for Lakeside. Give to the big back Lively. He is going to be brought down. They're going to say he got in. It wasn't by much, and the home crowd is not happy.
As it is, it's 15-6 in favor of the visiting Lakeside Rams. And the stands are full over on the visitor side. This is as good a crowd as we've had since we had Glen Rose here a couple of years ago. Nice crowd.
15-6 rather. Lakeside leads Malvern. We'll be back in a moment. Back at Claude Stadium, where the Rams lead the Malvern Leopards 15-6. 6:22 to go here in the first half. Lakeside extended their lead with a 35-yard pass and then got a 2-point conversion after a penalty against Malvern on the extra point. Return from Malvern, Dupree looking for room along the left side, gets over the 30 to the 35. They'll spot him down at the 36.
I saw Lane Pitiful at the junior high game in Hope last night. He says, Mr. McNamara, and I mean, he rolled up another one out there. Number 27's had a good game on special teams.
First and 10 for Malvern. Need to get some good plays going on offense, Ron. The Leopards need to close the gap before halftime.
Yeah.
And they've got to kick off to Lakeside to start this one in the second half. First and 10, Warford working out a shotgun, trips right, split left, takes a snap, gives to Dupree. Dupree not finding running room, really dropped back at the 34-yard line, a loss of about 2 on the play.
That's another one of those unsmooth plays. It didn't look real good from the time the ball was snapped. If you just joined us, like as Mike said, it's Leopard 6, Rams 15, and clock moving down here with a little less than 6 minutes in the first half.
Warford again with trips left. One man splits to right. Dupree set up to his right as well. Takes a snap, drops straight back. Has some time. Throwing deep, looking for a man. He's got Bedford. He has it at the 25, brought down at the 19-yard line. And Marcel Bedford is having a whale of a game.
Marcel Bedford just reached out and grabbed the ball, and once again, Wolfen puts the ball out there for only the receiver can get it. And Marcel, he was on his horse to catch that one. He got it on his fingertips and got the Leopards out of a hole in great field position on the 19-yard line of these visiting Rams.
5:25 to go here in the half, so plenty of time for Malvern. Twins left now. Dupree set up to Wolfer's right. He's going to get the football, and he's hit immediately. He'll be dropped for a 2, maybe 3-yard loss. As it looks like, Ron, the Rams are keying the Malvern running game.
Yeah, what they're doing, once again, is what Coach Fogelman and I talked about. In that stack 3 or stack 6, which we're going to call it, 3 down linemen, and they got 3 up linemen or linebackers behind them. And the defense men do not know what what gap the guys, the 3 guys in the back are going to shoot. So it makes it a little tough, particularly if you're doing man blocking, to know where your man is. And I expect them to do a little zone blocking in the second half.
Second down for Malvern. Need to get inside the 10 for the first. Wolford working out a shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the give, swing pass to the far side, complete at the 20. And down to about the 18-yard line. The flag comes in.
That's not right. They're going to call a clip out there, and it's yeah.
Got a flag down, as Ron said, right near where the tackle was made. They are going to call hold, I believe. Wow. Holding against Malvern, and that will move the ball back to the 29-yard line.
Huh.
So bring up second down and about 20.
They're calling the illegal block.
Call it second down 21. Warford brings a man in motion. That's Barnes. He'll take the snap. He's got pressure. Escapes the first round, but he'll be dropped well back in Malvern territory. Lakeside had the blitz on.
They did. They had everybody coming and only had 3 deep backs. So they had a lot of people coming.
It's going to bring up 3rd and a mile for the Leopards. The ball is spotted back just inside the Lakeside 44-yard line. Leopards have got to get all the way down to about the 9 of Lakeside for first.
That was more of that new defense that Coach Fogelman was talking about, seeing from this Lakeside bunch.
Twins right, split left for Warford. Again with pressure, throws underneath, overshoots his man. He was looking for Barnes. Barnes got a hand on it, but couldn't come up with it, and that's going to bring up 4th and long for Malvern with 3:30 to go here in the half.
Yeah, the Rams did some changing on the way they were actually attacking the offensive line with that stack 3 defense or stack 6, however you want to call it, and caused the Leopard offensive front some problems there.
4th down and 34. Buchanan's going to set up at the Malvern 44-yard line for the punt. Gets a good snap, not much of a rush. Punt angle toward the sideline. Hits at about the 13-yard line and goes out of bounds around the 15. Lakeside still with plenty of time on. 3:24 to go here in the first half, and the Rams leading 15-6.
Be interesting because time constraints before the ball game with some special things honoring the memory of Rick Dial. We will actually do the coaches show, the Modern Care coaches show at halftime, and after you've listened to the first half of the ball game, you will see some things that Coach Fogelman was talking about, or hear about some things Coach Fogelman was talking about.
Rams come to the line of scrimmage. Carson looking to the sideline for additional instructions. Twins to either side. Takes the snap. Give underneath. Not much running room there. Tackle made at about the 15-yard line. Gained about a yard on the play, maybe 2. You wonder now if Lakeside's going to be happy to take a 9-point lead into the locker room.
Yeah, I think they're happy to have a 9-point lead at this point in the ballgame, particularly the way things started out and some of the long passes the Leopards have been able to complete but not cash in on.
Clock now at 2:45, 9 on the play clock as Carson sets up in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops straight back, looking to throw, has plenty of time, throws over the middle, it is almost picked off. Marcel Bedford liked to have had that one. And it's going to bring up third down, and importantly, Ron, it stops the clock.
Yeah, yep.
We talk about the young guys in the backfield. Marcel Bedford, a senior, quite active in the Malvern secondary.
He flies around, and we watched him last year, just really got good speed. Got awful good speed back there on the corners and a backfield in there. Now one of the corners is Josh Williams.
Carson, stack formation to his left. Looks to his left, now looks to his right. Throws underneath, pass complete, but nothing there, and the Leopards will stop this for no gain. And it's going to bring up fourth down, and Ron, I believe, the Leopards.
Yeah, that was our wide receiver, number 12, Dejon Dawn, out there playing as a fifth back, I believe, but he switched over from offense to defense and really did an outstanding job.
The Leopards take a timeout. We're going to take a break as well. 2:24 to go here in the first half. Malvern trails 15-6. Back at Clubman Stadium, 2:24 to go in here in the first half. 15-6, Malvern trails. They have pinned Lakeside on their own end of the field. The Rams are going to have to punt it away. It's fourth down and 10 from about the 9-yard line, or fourth down and 9 rather. The Leopards should end up with good field position here and an opportunity to narrow the gap before halftime.
Yeah, and the Leopards with their offense, 2 minutes is a lifetime with these guys, the way they can throw the ball in and move it.
They have to find an answer for this Lakeside blitz. It's baffled them in the last series. Good snap. Kick is away. Nice kick. It's going to hit at the 43 and take a Lakeside roll up to about the 47-yard line. Call it the 46. That's where the Malvern offense takes over, Ron, and they'll have 2 minutes 16 seconds to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and quite honestly, they've scored 2 or 3 times in that period. If they get cranked up and going like we did last Friday night down at Arkadelphia.
Warford back in at quarterback for Malvern. Leopards send trips to the right, one-man split left. Dupree sets up to Warford's left. Give to Dupree, up the middle. This time he finds running room inside the 40, up to the 38-yard line. It's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 shy of the first. Leopards are going to hustle back to the line of scrimmage.
I believe that's the longest run from scrimmage in the first half, isn't it, Mike?
That is our longest run. Most of them have been negative, quite honestly, tonight. Second down to Warford. Looks, throws underneath. Complete. First down, Bedford. Bedford still on his feet and then brought down at the 29.
I'm going to tell you what, if Richard Burke hadn't held on to Bedford, Bedford had 7 points. He was just from breaking that tackle away to going all the way.
Leopards in a 2-minute, no huddle offense. They spot the ball at the 30. It's first and 10. 1:48 to go in the half. Leopards trailing 15-9. Warford still working in shotgun. Takes a snap, gives Dupree up the middle. Dupree with running room again. I say running room for what we've seen most of the night. It was a long pass, but he'll get up to about the 28-yard line.
Nice saving tackle by Riley Wilson, the senior lineman for the Rams, number 64.
Warford looking to throw, far side, complete. Fighting for the first down is Javante Jones, and he's going to be very near it.
Plus, he got out of bounds to stop the clock. 1:18 left in this one right here in the first half. Leopards trailing 6-15.
Third down and a yard now for Malvern. As Ron said, the clock stopped with the out of bounds. Warford still working out a shotgun. Trips right, split left. Dupree in the backfield alongside him. Give Dupree up the middle, and Dupree's going to lose yardage. 3 Rams combined to stop Dupree in his tracks.
Yeah, that play unfortunately went right into the Rams. The blitz coming off of their left side and our right side, and I'm telling you what, Jaquari run right in there, no place to go.
We're going to take a break here. Leopards are going to take a timeout. A minute 12. Leopards trail 15-6. Back at Claude Stadium. A minute 12 to go here in the first half. Leopards trail 15-6. Have the ball at the 25 of Lakeside. It's going to be 4th down and 5. Huge play for the Malvern offense. And as we said earlier, Malvern's going to have to kick off to Lakeside to start the second half. It'd be nice to be trailing by 2 or 3 points as opposed to 9. Warford working out a shotgun, takes a snap, rolling to his right, trying to escape pressure, throws underneath, it's going to be incomplete, and Lakeside's going to take over on downs at their own 25.
Yeah, Austin could never get his feet under him and under some pressure, just couldn't get the ball down the field to Bryson Barnes.
So Lakeside gets the ball with $1:07 left on the clock. And don't discount these Rams. They can score in a hurry as well.
Yes, they can. They catch 11 going across. They catch 11, who is Richard Burke going across that slant again. And
Jalen Holly. And neither of those guys.
Yeah, Holly and Burke out here on the same side.
Towards either side, Carson working out a shotgun. Going to give underneath. And that is Blakely Lawless on the carry. He has the first down for Lakeside. Clock continues. It stops momentarily for the chains to move.
Yeah, Kalen Burke come up from his safety spot and did what you do with those guys. You take his feet out from under him and knock him down.
A minute to go here in the half as Carson takes a snap. Give again to Blakely, and Blakely this time tripped up. They'll get to the 44-yard line, pick up about 4. Brings up 2nd and 6. The clock continues to roll as the Rams also now in a no-huddle offense. They're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a break as well. The Rams leading the Leopards 15-6. 40 seconds to go in the half. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football. Once again, a return to Claude Stadium. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Leopards trail 15-6. Lakeside tried to make the most of their last possession. They took over at their own 25-yard line and moved the ball up to the 44. Malvern defense needs to make a stand here and preserve, or limit rather, this deficit, this hole that they find themselves in. Twins either side for Carson. Set up in shotgun. Takes a snap. Give. Blakely again. Blakely's going to have the first down. And things getting rough out there, and you're going to see a penalty, I believe, against Lakeside for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. They've done a good job with sending Blakely across that middle. He's a big kid, Blakely Lawless, I'm sorry, and Lawless is just having a lot of success.
Big kid. Again, we don't have their dimensions, but good size running back. Clock stopped with 34 seconds to go. It is unsportsmanlike conduct against Lakeside. It's going to be a 15-yarder.
And as we were talking earlier, I don't think these football teams like each other very much, Mike.
It makes for a good football game as long as it doesn't get too ugly.
Yeah.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 39-yard line. Oh, 2nd down and 12 for Lakeside. Carson working out a shotgun, takes a snap, gives to Lawless again. Lawless wrapped up immediately, gets up to the 42, and I believe Lakeside is going to let the clock expire, although they've yet to huddle. Now they're going to huddle and probably take a 9-point lead into the locker room.
Excuse me.
5 seconds left to go in the half. Lakeside starts to trot off the field.
Coach McBride pointed to the dressing room and said, let's go, guys. Head that way.
15-6. Lakeside leads Malvern. And the Lakeside Rams lead Malvern 15-6 as we get ready to get the second half underway. Leopards are going to have to kick off to Lakeside.
Leopards really needed a 3-and-out, Mike, and get the ball back and get that offense cranked up like it was last week. And a lot of that has to do, we've made some mistakes. Lakeside has confused us a little bit with that stack 6. And I fully expect our defensive coaches have made the adjustments, like Coach Fogelman talked during the coaches show, that they expected to see some different things early, but then make some adjustments and go from there. And we'll see what kind of a second half team these Leopards are. I fully expect an outstanding effort from the Leopards here in the second half.
Jesus Torres getting set to kick off for Malvern. 2 men deep for Lakeside. Again, with Malvern trailing 15-6 as we come out of halftime. Torres gets the kick away. Short kick. Going to be fair caught at the 24-yard line. So that's where Lakeside will take over 1st and 10. Malvern defense. You know, Ron, Mark, and I were talking during halftime. Of course, really not that many points given up, but Leopard defense, for the most part, played very well. And had they come up with a couple of those interceptions that they got their hands on, this is a totally different ballgame.
Yeah, and the problem was the Leopards played too much defense in their own, with their back to Bill Hunt Fieldhouse or back inside their own 35, 40-yard line, and those are bad, tough situations.
Carson working out a shotgun, twins to either side. Leopard showing blitz. They do. Carson gets the pass away. Underneath, it's complete. At the 25, up to the 30-yard line. Be a good game for Lakeside. Trent on 1st down.
Trent Block hit the quarterback just after he let the ball go, and he was within a half a step of really causing havoc back there.
Ball spotted at the 30, or just shy of the 32-yard line, and bring up 2nd down to about 3 for Lakeside.
That really lets the Rams do a lot more with their offense than they were able to in some of those series in the first quarter. That 2nd and 3 really opens up that playbook.
Again, twins to either side, which seems to be their basic formation. Carson works out a shotgun, throws underneath again. Pass complete, flag comes in. That's going to be holding against Lakeside at the 25. Looks like they're going to call that one on Tavion Perkins. Would have been a 1st down for Lakeside. And it is going to be holding against Lakeside. Ball will be moved back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, we've had coaches over here a lot. They've been holding all night long, and it's been questionable. They isolate a receiver, and they've been putting a blocker in front of the receiver on the 2-on-1 out here on one of our corners, and they've been hanging him, holding him up pretty good.
Trish White split left now for Carson. Again, has the back set up beside him. Takes a snap, rolls to his right. Justin James blitzing. He's knocked out of the way. Pass appears to be complete down the far sideline. It's going to be a huge gain down to the Malvern 40, and they do call it good.
Yeah, the receiver on that one, and I'll get his number here in a minute.
Tavion Perkins.
That's Perkins. Perkins got loose between a linebacker and a corner, and Marcel Bedford was doing the best he could to cover from there from his safety spot, and got over there and made a touchdown saving tackle.
1st and 10 for Lakeside at the Malvern 40-yard line. Carson again working out a shotgun. Swing pass underneath, complete. No gain there as the Malvern defense swarms the receiver at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Evidently, the Rams have found something out on these corners, on these isolated corners out here. They've done a lot of swing passes to the outside, Mike.
Malvern secondary's done a good job all night on this.
Yes, they have.
And it really hasn't mattered which side they've thrown that play at.
Williams, Bedford, and Burks out there.
Carson takes a snap, has some pressure, lets it go far sideline, has a man. He catches it and goes out of bounds. Once again, it's Tavion Perkins, and nobody covering Perkins. He was all alone. If that pass is on the money, he walks in the end zone.
Yeah, that was one of those a quick play action pass that we did on, and that's an embarrassing situation when you're a D-back and you look around there and the man's gone behind you and the safety's gone up for run support.
1st and 10 now for Lakeside, looking to extend their lead, leading now 15-6. Carson gives underneath Blakely, and Blakely's wrapped up for a loss on the play. Ball spotted back at the 13-yard line, loss of about 2 on the play. As Carson gets his signals from the sideline. Twins right, Twins left. Blakely alongside Carson in the backfield. Carson looks to throw right side, slant play rather. Goes in. Are they saying he caught that?
They're saying he caught that.
It looked like he got away from him there, and it is going to come back.
Okay, yeah.
And that will bring up 3rd down and 12 for Lakeside.
Yeah, Leopards need to go ahead and stop him here. I don't know. Coach of that PAT kicker, they may have the leg and the talent.
He's definitely got enough leg to get it there.
Yeah. Big play here for the Leopards on 3rd down, 3rd and 12.
Again, Twins to either side. Carson takes a snap, looks to his right, throws underneath, pass complete. Another slant pattern, tackle made at about the 10, so a pickup of a couple on the play.
Nice coverage there by Justin James and Quanti Walker. They slant across the middle, and looks like here comes the field goal team, Michael.
Definitely has the leg to get it there, and this could turn a 9-point lead into a 12-point lead. Not a lot of damage if you're looking at it from a Malvern perspective. You're going to need 2 touchdowns either way. Well, they'll need 2 touchdowns if he makes this kick. Kicks away, it's definitely long.
Wow, a lot of leg.
And it is good, and that makes the score 18-6. 8:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football. Back at Claude Stadium, where the Rams lead the Malvern Leopards 18-6 after a 30-yard field goal by Brent Gaston on their opening drive of the 2nd half. Malvern getting set to return. Jakiri Dupree, the deep man for Malvern. Angled towards the far side.
Jim Hardiman.
Hardiman on the return, crosses the 20, or starts to cross the 20, retreats, and then is tackled. Good tackle. Good one-on-one tackle made by Lakeside, and Malvern will get the ball at their own 19. Just shy of the 20. Malvern offense looking to find his stride. This unorthodox rather. Doxed. I corrected it before you did, Ron.
I didn't even catch it.
Yeah, I did. Unorthodox defense says Malvern a little off balance so far tonight. Warford working out a shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield along with him. Give this to Dupree up the middle. Dupree gets up to about the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be about it. Not a lot of running room for the Leopards tonight. Dupree had 15 yards in the first half, and it was the only one really with positive running yards.
Yeah, the Leopards were able to move the ball through the air, but not much success, obviously, in the first half. Hopefully we can correct that here in the second half.
Correction is a gain of about 2 yards on the play. Makes it 2nd and 8. Warford with an empty backfield. Takes the snap. Swing pass near side of Dupree. Dupree escapes one man. Spins out of another. Gets up to the 21-yard line. And is going to be dropped there.
Nice coverage out there by the Rams. Dupree had a blocker out there in front of him. Deja Don was out there, threw a good block and freed him from that man, but there was just too many Rams out there. Too many blue hats around the Leopard receiver.
Third down and a long 5 for Malvern. Warford with twins to either side, takes a snap, looks over the middle, now runs to his left, has a man deep down the middle of the field, it is caught! Caught at the 40-yard line and racing into the end zone is Javante Jones for the Malvern touchdown!
Well, that's that big offense, that big quick strike that we saw last week at Arkadelphia, Mike.
Well, so far we probably need to get a running game going. It wasn't the running game, it's the passing game, and that's going to put Warford over 200 yards in the game so far.
Well, the nice thing about that was Javante Jones had a man all over him, took the ball away from him, fought away from him, got away, then outrun the safety catching him. Great play by the senior wide receiver, Javante Jones.
Torres on the kick. It is away. It's good. And the Leopards have narrowed that, or reduced rather, that Lakeside lead. It's now 18-13. 7-12 to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football. Back at Clubman Stadium, where the Leopards have just scored on a 78-yard pass from Warford to Javante Jones. And they have cut the lead, the Lakeside lead, to 4 points now. 7-12 to go here in the third quarter. So a lot of scoring early here in the second half as both offenses seem to have made some adjustments and found some things that have worked for them.
Definitely got the Malvern crowd back in the ball game.
Kick is away. Field is at around the 10, up over the 20, the 30, 35. 40-yard line.
What an open field tackle there. What a great open field tackle.
We got a flag coming in.
The kicker. I'm telling you what, the kicker made it really an good open field tackle.
Torres.
Jesus Torres.
On the return for Lakeside was Tavion Perkins.
Blocking the back.
We are going to have an illegal block against Lakeside. It's going to negate some of that return. Tackle was made up, looks like at the 42-yard line.
I guess we understand a little bit now why Coach Fogelman had those high short kicks in the first half. Tell you what, Trevor Perkins is really dangerous back here, number 5 for the Rams.
Ball moved back to the 32-yard line. Still good field position for Lakeside. Again, if you're just joining us, 7:05 to go here in the third quarter. It's 18-13. Lakeside leading Malvern. Carson working out a shotgun, trips right, split left, takes a snap, rolls to his right, has some pressure from behind, throws, has the man open again, and once again it's Tavion Perkins, and Perkins is at the Malvern 35-yard line.
You know, I tell you what, Coach McBride, being an old quarterback, they have found something over there on the Leopard left side and on the right side that is getting that receiver wide open. By the time we pick it up, I haven't seen what they're doing, Mike, but he's running through there wide open, and we're doing something on the corner and the safety over there. But I'll watch him here and see if we can't pick it up.
Twins to either side now. 1st and 10 for Lakeside. Carson gives underneath. Blakely on the run, hit, hammered there at the 34-yard line. Right, and straight block on the stop.
Yeah, Isaac Wright was in there, and Mason Morgan the interior there. I'll tell you what, Wright really does a good job. Isaac does after sophomore defensive end. We've got some really good sophomores.
Second down 8 for Lakeside. Carson swing pass underneath, 35 to 30. And tackle made at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Justin James had to come over on that. Shows you just how dangerous Jalen Hawley is. One-on-one there and juked and made a linebacker miss him and bring up short and third for the Rams inside Leopard territory.
Third down and 1 from the 26-yard line of Malvern. Leopard show blitz. Justin James looking like he may come on the play. Carson
Still look like he wants to, doesn't he?
going to keep it. Goes off the left side. He's got some running room. He's got the first down and more inside, right at the 10-yard line. It's going to be enough for a Lakeside first down, and the Lakeside offense really has not slowed down so far in this second half.
Well, I tell you what, not only that, Mike, Garrett Carson, the sophomore quarterback, big tall kid, showed some really good speed to get to the outside there and pick up that 1st and 10.
First time he showed him that
It's the
tonight.
first time he showed us his running ability.
Again, working out a shotgun with twins to either side. Return, give it to Blakely. Blakely powers up over the 10-yard line. Get a couple on the play. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, there's another opportunity for this Leopard defense to stiffen up, keep them out of the end zone, and hopefully make them attempt a field goal.
5:10 to go here in the third quarter. Lakeside leading 18-13, trying to expand upon that. Two receivers to either side again for Carson as he takes the snap, takes the give, under pressure, throws over the middle, and it is caught.
They have worked that slant all night long.
Caught right at the Malvern goal line. Oh, excuse me, that was a touchdown. Never saw the signal from the official.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you saw that because, they ran that slant across and looked like it was with Jalen Holly that time.
(24-13) as Lakeside sets up for the extra point. Good snap, good hold, the kick's away. It is good as well. 25-13. Lakeside leads Malvern. 4:55 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment. Back at Cloudman Stadium, 25-13. Lakeside just scored on Malvern. So far, each team has scored on all their possessions. Lakeside 2 of them, Malvern 1. It is offenses have found their stride so far in the second half. Malvern can match the pace.
Match the pace and pick up the pace and get a 3 and out and get this lead back.
Brett Gaston set the kick off, gets it away. High short kick. Going to be fielded at the 23. Hardiman on the return, loses the football. Still on the ground, a scramble at the end. Lakeside fans excited, and they should be. They have the football.
Yeah, the Leopards have done something tonight that they just didn't do last week. That's second turnover, and not only just turnovers, they're costly turnovers because they've been inside the 35-yard line of the Rams each time. This one, they're at the 25, so be a big test here for the Leopard defense.
4:49 to go here in the third quarter. 25-13, Lakeside lead. Twins either side. Carson gives to Blakely. Blakely on a big run up inside the 20, up near the 15-yard line.
Show a little unseen leadership here down the sideline of isolated player Bryson. Bryson Barnes comes over and he's talking to the young man that unfortunately lost the fumble and giving him encouragement, patting him on the head. It's going to be okay. And that's what leaders do. Nice job, Bryson.
Give to Blakely again up the middle. And he is going to be wrapped up quickly at about the 15-yard line. Gain of a yard on the play, and it's going to be just shy of the first. Wante Walker on the stop for Malvern. Inside 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
This is a time in the game that they really have had a lot of success, and I fully expect Coach McBride to go back to that slant on the outside. He's got both his good wideouts on each side.
Trish Wright split left. Carson swing pass underneath. Tackle, great tackle made on the outside, and that's going to be a loss for Lakeside.
Yeah, they tried to look like they were going to run that slant, faked it back, and when they faked it back, Jalen Hawley backed up to catch a a flat pass out there, and the Leopard corner, Javonte Jones, was all over it.
Brings up 4th down for Lakeside. The offense still on the field. Now they're going to bring the kicker. Going to bring the kicker out.
In what has been a fast-moving third quarter here, 3 minutes left. The Leopards trail this one 13-25 with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Kick will be attempted from about the 27, making a 37-yard field goal.
Plenty of leg.
Question is, did he get it through?
Yeah, he did.
28-13 now with 2:47 to go in the third quarter. Leopards trail. We'll be back with more Malvern Leopard football. 28-13, Lakeside leading Malvern after a 37-yard field goal by the sophomore, Britt Gaston. And he's set to kick off again to Malvern. Fumbled the last kickoff, need to get something going offensively. Good long kick. This one's going to be fielded at the 9-yard line. Up over the 20, 25. Good return from Malvern as the Leopards will get set at about the 28-yard line.
Tim Hardeman took that ball and just ran straight up hard up the field with it with some authority and did a good job. Gave the Leopards very good field position just inside their own 30.
Ball spotted at the 28. 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. 28-13, the Leopards trail. Found most of their success tonight through the air.
Really, there are only 2 touchdowns now. 2 touchdowns and 1 2-point tie this mess up.
Warford working out a shotgun. Takes a snap. Throws, swing pass. Has a man, that's Bedford. Bedford across the 30. And he is hammered at about the 37-yard line.
I tell you what, Richard Burke, number 11, really let a lick on him right there at the sideline. Burke's done a lot of football and played a lot of football for these Rams tonight, number 11. The senior wideout, and they've got him out of safety.
Second down and a yard now for Malvern. Ball at the 37. Warford takes the give, or does give rather, to Dupree, and Dupree's going to go nowhere. May lose a yard on the play. Bring up third down.
The interior line for these Rams has really done a good job in slowing down this Leopard running game that was very successful, particularly in the second half last week against Arkadelphia.
Loss of a couple on the play. We'll call it third down and 3. Hardeman in for Malvern, as is Justin James.
Under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. The Leopards trailing this one 13-28 with the ball and moving it.
One man split to either side, full backfield for the Leopards. Gill up the middle. Dupree, and he is going to be dropped short, or very close to the first down marker.
It depends on the spot. Looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short.
The Leopards will have a decision to make.
They're calling it 1st and 10.
That was very close.
The line judge over here called 1st and 10. Oh, now wait a minute. Now they don't want, you know what? This is something that really grabbed me. If they want to measure that ball, they throw it to the inside. You measure the ball where the ball went down if you're going to measure it for 1st and 10. The linesman has already signaled 1st and 10 on this side. This is just, I'm telling you, this is just not right. I mean, if you're going to, come on, guys, if you're going to measure, call it where the ball went down, not when you throw it to the middle of the field.
Looks like they will have it by half the football.
Well, whether they got it or not, you measure the,
Okay, I'll be pointing that out many a time.
Okay, have I covered that before, Mikey? Have I voiced my opinion on that once or twice before?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's move on. 1st and 10 Leopards.
28-13. Leopards trail. 1:17 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Malvern at their own 38-yard line. Warford takes, gives to Dupree. Dupree off the left side. He's going to hit be hit at the line of scrimmage. And
there for about a half a second, Mike looked like he had some room there. But again, the way they stack these linemen, these linebackers down behind these 3 down linemen, it's pretty tough for our offensive linemen to pick up and block them.
Again, 20 side to side. Second down 10 for Malvern.
Well, there's a classic stack 6 right there.
Lakeside showing blitz, and they have blitzed a ton tonight. It was a hard count, and Malvern moved. Now, that's going to be 5 yards against the Leopards.
Steve Laverne really got a good close pick right here at the end of the third quarter on what that stack 6 looks like.
So that'll back the Leopards up 5 yards, make it second down 15. .31 seconds to go here in the third quarter. As Ron said, the third quarter's gone by pretty quickly here tonight. Again, twins side to side for Warford. Lakeside showing blitz. They come. Warford gets it away. How is it not? There's the interference call.
I'll tell you what, Michael London, the junior corner over there for the Rams, he looked like he wanted to dance out.
I thought he was getting a piggy back right to Bryson Barnes.
All over Bryson Barnes.
That's going to be pass interference against Lakeside. That'll give the Leopards a first down. I say that. Move the ball. Yeah, it should be a first down. .13 seconds is likely the last play of the quarter. Leopards trailing by 15. 2 tight ends in for the Leopards. One man split to either side, moves Dupree to his left. Takes it, swing pass, near side, Bryson Barnes. Barnes up over midfield. And he'll pick up a couple, maybe 3 on the play to bring up second down.
Once again, Bryson Barnes, a modern care isolated player of the game, has really done a good job, both offensively and defensively, but they've used him quite a bit out here on these wideouts. And good.
They're going to say incomplete.
They're going to call that incomplete?
Thought he had it. Guess he didn't. Second down 10. That's second time tonight.
I'm glad you're making the mistakes and not me.
I'm glad we don't do like Rig and put tick marks, so we wouldn't be able to read them.
Nah, we'd have to paint the board up here above us.
Warford, second down and 10. Looks like they may have gotten Malvern to move again. The Rams were showing blitz, made a run at the line of scrimmage. Looks like maybe the guard or tackle on that side moved. 5-yard penalty moves Leopards back. Makes it second down 15. Ball back now at the 44-yard line of Malvern. Still 6 seconds to go. Warford working out a shotgun as trips left, split right. Warford going to keep it, and he's going nowhere. And that will end the third quarter.
Well, there just isn't anything in the middle of that line, is there?
No, hadn't been tonight for Malvern. They trail by 15. It's 28-13 Lakeside. You're listening to Malvern Leopard football. Back at Claude Mann Stadium as we get the fourth quarter underway. Leopards trailing 28-13, 15-point deficit and 12 minutes to play.
Yeah, the Leopards need to go ahead and take over this fourth quarter score here and get a 3 and out and get back in this one.
Warford, again with 2 receivers to either side, has some time. Now chased out of the pocket.
He's got some room.
He's up over the 40 and hit at at midfield, fights his way into Lakeside territory and is going to be brought down at the 42, maybe the 43 of Lakeside, about too shy of the first.
Well, that's something we haven't seen, and Justin hadn't really been able to do is get out there and show that speed. He made a couple guys miss him and brings up depends on the spot, looks like it's going to be about fourth and what, Mike?
Third down.
It should be third. It's fourth. That's fourth. Okay. Yeah. Big fourth down for the Leopards here.
Fourth down and 3. Ball at the, we'll call it the 44 of Lakeside. Huge play for Malvern.
Trailing by 15, the Leopards going for it.
Full backfield for Malvern. Fake to give now. Warford looking to throw over the middle. It's incomplete. Was looking for Justin James, and the Lakeside Rams are going to take over on downs.
James got a little bit tied up with the corner on that one and couldn't get through to finish his route. And so Leopards do not get the first down. The Rams get the stop, and they're going to take over very good field position on their own 44, first and 10 with 11:06 left to play in this one, and Leopards need a 3 and out, Mike.
Or 3 and out, turnover, something to that effect. Lakeside comes to the line of scrimmage. Carson still working out a shotgun, has for the most part tonight, unless they go to a power formation. Takes a snap, gives to Blakely. Blakely was up the middle, and he sheds tacklers up to inside the Malvern 30-yard line.
You know, we saw that actually starting middle part of the second quarter there, Mike, when they started going to that big old tailback, fullback Blakely Lawless, and Lawless has really had some success. He's not only a big kid, but he shows some really good speed, and once he gets through there, he's a load to bring down, Mike.
Yeah, like you said, Ron, a good-sized kid with good speed, and if he can get past that first tackler, he is a handful.
You know, it's one thing the coach talked about during the coach's set, and I'll touch on it after this play.
Twist either side. Carson has Lawless beside him, gives it to Lawless. Lawless is going to be dropped at the 25-yard line, pick up of about 4.
The coach, Fogan was talking about in the coach show, I'm sure at the halftime, about how hard the Lakeside Rams play. They play hard on every down. I think that has to do with a lot of the philosophy of the coaching staff with Jared McBride's background at Nashville. You know they're going to play hard. And they have really played hard during this ball game. They were a little bit different looking ball team last year, and they're even a different looking ball team this year than they were last year.
Twin side to side again. Lawless sets up to Carson's left. Give this to Lawless again. This time he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and the Leopards hold him there to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, it looked like Trey Broughton was in on that, and big old number 71 for the Leopards, Colton Welch, the senior kicker, defensive lineman. Of course, once again, Chris Bell's in there.
9:25 to go in the ball game. Lakeside leading 28-13. Carson takes a snap, looks to throw over the middle, towards the corner, has a man broken up on the outside. Good play out there.
And very nice coverage.
Josh Williams.
Yeah, Josh Williams was out there.
Good coverage on the outside. Williams has seen that route a few times tonight and picked up on it well.
Stayed with his man, and the nice thing that Josh did, when the ball's in the air, he goes to the ball, to find the ball. Excuse me.
Lakeside comes back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to kick a long field goal here.
This will be about a 43-yard attempt.
Plenty of leg.
And it's good. 43 yards for the sophomore. Brett Gadsden.
Gadsden's going to win a lot of ball games for him. Because, that's a weapon anytime you get inside the 30, 35-yard line to have a kid that kick a ball that far. 9:01 left in this one. Leopards trailing it 13-31.
We'll be back in just a moment. Back at Claude Stadium, Leopards trail now 31-13. 18-point lead for Lakeside, 9:01.
Leopards need a big return on this one. Get back in this one. There's 9:01, plenty of time left. Just need something good to happen.
Kick is away and will go out of bounds. Brings up the penalty. The Leopards will get good field position. And if they're going to get back in this one, Ron, they've got to get something going in a hurry.
Yeah, they do. No doubt about that.
Malvern offense comes back out onto the field. Again, enormous crowd here tonight at Malvern, and I'm sure encouraged by the win last week.
There's people lining the field, down around Hunt Field House, a lot of people. And of course, there's a lot of blue and white on the other side.
Warford again sets up in shotgun. Twins left, split right. 2 men in the backfield. Takes the snap. Swing pass. Near side caught by Dupree. Dupree across the 40. Up to the 45. And we've got a late flag thrown in. Not sure what happened there.
Jacare had a nice head of steam up, and they're pointing at the Leopards for something.
I'm not sure if there was an illegal. Still waiting on a signal from the official.
Block in the back.
They call it a hold. Oh, and they call it a hold or block in the back.
Illegal block. I think it covers everything mostly.
Well, penalty will move the ball back to the 38-yard line. Negates what was a first down. Makes it first down and 7 for the Leopards. Scrambles, has some room across the 40.
Nice move.
And he'll have the first down.
There's a late hit.
It looks like finally Leopards going to have a call go their way.
Justin's letting his feet do a little bit of work with him. Now, they put a lot of pressure on him. Justin's got that ability and sees the field well enough that he could get out there once he broke that containment on that blitz. It was coming from their right side, our left side, and did a good job. I'm sorry, Austin Wolford. Sorry about that, Austin.
You're in the club, Austin.
The Ron McNamara Screw-Up Name Club, right? You're not a charter member, young man, but you're in the club.
He had played 11 years ago to get in the charter.
That's exactly right.
Charter members got kids in the system now.
Quit it.
Penalty moves the ball to the 35 of Lakeside. 31-13. Malvern trails. 8:40 to go.
Tell you what, quick score here. Really fire this team back up, get this defense fired back up, and get us back in this real quick.
Warford looking the far side, complete. Complete inside the 30.
Dejon. Quit it.
He's into the ever-expanding clubs.
Quit it. All right.
Trips left, split right. Warford and the Leopards come back to the line of scrimmage. Gives to Dupree. Dupree's got the first down and more inside the 20-yard line.
Austin did an outstanding job right there, reading that, holding the ball, and when they came to him, gave it to Dupree, and Dupree was able to pick up a 1st and 10. Leopards moving the ball. 7:58 left in this one, trailing 13-31, but moving the ball.
Warford takes a snap, looks to his left, completes it inside the 15 on the reception.
Javonte Jones out there on the wideout caught the pass. The Rams all over that one, and
pick up a three. 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted just outside the 15-yard line of Lakeside.
Leopards a little bit more of a hurry-up offense here. No huddle.
Trish Wright split left. Give to Dupree with running room. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Malvern.
There he is. Nice play there by Austin Warford. Another one of those little reads, and Dupree really looked like he did last week. Brings us back to 19-31. Get this thing within a couple of scores. 7:19 left. I'm telling you, Mike, there's plenty of time left on this ball game.
Jesus Torres. Well, no, it looks like the Leopard offense is going to come back out here.
Yeah, the Leopards get 2 here. They cut it to a 10-point game, and that's a touchdown and a field goal. And
Twins left, split right. 2 backs in the backfield alongside Warford. Takes a snap, takes the give, looking to throw, swing pass to Dupree. Trying to make a move at the 5, and he's going to be stopped shy of the goal line, dropped at the 5, 7:19 to go. Leopards trail 31-19. Couple scores away, Ron.
2 touchdowns to get us back into us, Mike.
We'll be back in just a moment. Back at Cardman Stadium, Leopards trail 31-19. Looking to make a late run here at the Lakeside Rams, and if they're going to do that, the defense is going to have to come up with some big plays.
Both teams have really picked their offense up well here in the second half, Mike, and unfortunately the Ram offense has been just as prolific, a little bit more so than the Leopard offense. Yeah, prolific.
Did you get that?
Huh?
Well, it's going to be on your next spelling test.
You have to spell it using a sentence twice. It's nice to be loved.
Torres set to kick off for Malvern. Gets it away. Nice high long kick. Fielded up around the 5. His knee went down back at the 4. That's where they're going to put him.
Nice job by the umpire back there. He caught it. And so the Rams start deep in their own territory. What, about the 3-yard line, Mike?
Between the 3 and the 4, it looks like from here. So deep hole, for Lakeside, and Malvern defense has an opportunity to make something happen, as we just said.
Yeah, a 3 and out or a turnover here is big for the Leopards. The main thing is contract, get a 3 and out and get the ball back inside of Ram territory, and give the boys a chance to win this one.
1st and 10 for Lakeside at their own 40-yard line.
I expect to see number 33 about 3 times on this series.
Carson just inside his own goal as he sets up in shotgun. Trying to draw Malvern off sides, doesn't do it. Give to his big tailback,
number 33. That's Blakely Lawless again.
Lawless actually going to lose a yard on the play. Good job of that Leopard interior line.
Led by Trey Broughton and Colton Welch in there.
Justin James in on it as well.
Yeah.
6:50 to go. Leopards trail 31-19. Defense looking to make something happen here.
Justin Dannerian out there at the junior defensive end. 225-pounder. Good-looking kid. Good-looking athlete.
Trish Wright split left. Been a dangerous formation for Lakeside tonight. Carson rolls to his right, looking underneath. Now looking along the near sideline. It is almost picked off by Marcel Bedford.
I tell you what, they went to that play one too many times. Ledbetter had that one, and he really closed on it. That's the play that had some success with early, Mike. And Ledbetter really came from his safety job, and Bedford. You're
gonna have to add a wing.
Marcel did a great job of closing on the ball, and we thought he had it because Mike and I could see him coming from across the field, and he had it timed perfectly. Big third down here, Mike.
Big third, absolutely is. Carson sets up about a yard deep in his own end zone, getting ready for the snap. Trips right, split left. Again, Carson with some pressure, throws over the middle. It was incomplete. Good coverage out there.
Outstanding coverage by the Leopard. I tell you what, Burks, there.
That's going to bring up fourth down for Lakeside, and the punter is not going to have a lot of room. He's going to set up just inside the back of his own goal. 6:22 to go. The Leopards trailing by 12. Good snap. Kick almost blocked. Going to be fielded at the 36. Bedford hammered, but he hangs on.
Nice play, but not gutsy play. Gutsy play by Marcel Bedford, the senior. Wanted to make something happen. He had Rams all around him. Watched the ball in, and I mean they hit him immediately.
The Leopards in great field position. Ball at the, we'll call it the 38. Be first and 10. With the big playability the Leopards have shown tonight, really both weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of football left here.
Twins to either side as Wolford sets up in shotgun. It's Dupree to his right. Takes a snap, looking to his left. Throwing, has a man down the field. Almost. He was looking for Marcel Bedford, and he just overshot him.
But Bedford had his man beat, and just missed a connection on that.
Bedford going to come to the sidelines. He's been on the field the majority of the night.
Yeah, I tell you what, him and Bryson, that would be Bryson Barnes. Second down for the Leopards. Clock stopped 6:08 left in this ball game.
Trips left, split right now for the Leopards. There's going to be an open man over here. Only two D-backs. Finally, the safety comes, but Dupree up the middle. Dupree's going to go all the way. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Malvern.
Once again, the big play of these Leopards. Not only that, great call by Coach Fogelman on that. Brings the Leopards back within 6 of this one. I'm sorry. We'll do about math. Yeah.
We're not going to ask you to do math. Leopards, as Ron said, close it to within 6 minutes to go in the ball game, and what was starting to look like a game that was somewhat out of hand has suddenly gotten interesting.
Old Mo decided he wanted to come over with the black and orange, looks to me like.
Torres gets the kick away, and it is good.
This is what happened. This is, the Leopards getting the touchdowns and making the Rams take the PAT. I mean, the 3 points really makes it big. So the Leopard defense doing a good job holding them. They had three field goals?
Yes. Yeah, 3 field goals, and that's really the difference in the ball game so far.
Well, not only that, there's 6 minutes left now. Coach Fogelman and the defensive coaches can come back here, make a stop on them, and come back and win this one. Nice third and part of this fourth quarter for these Leopards.
Leopards getting set to kick off now.
Now these are learning experiences for these football players to be down like that and come back and have a chance to stop them here and get a win.
Malvern crowd into it now as well.
A little bit of patience over there in the blue and white on the coaching staff with the Rams.
You got to believe the Malvern defense is going to be looking to make something happen. Torres gets the kick away. Another nice kick. Going to be fielded at the 7. Up over the 15, at the 20. 30-yard line, and the Rams will start out at about their own 34-yard line.
Well, they threw it out here for the Leopard defense, and they're excited.
Malvern defense showing a lot of emotion as they take the field. First and 10 for Lakeside. They have the ball at, they're going to put it at the 33-yard line.
Yep. Colton Welch getting a lot of good time in there at that defensive tackle, him and Mason Morgan switching out and keeping them fresh makes a lot of difference. Leopard crowd
is as loud as we've heard them. On the keeper is Holly. He'll get up over the 35 to the 36. Folks, I hope you're picking the audio up of the crowd. This is as loud a Malvern crowd as I've heard in a while outside of a playoff game. Pick up about 3 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Lakeside breaks the huddle. And it looks like they're going to run the Wildcat again with Holly. Jalen Holly sets up. Looks like Lakeside may have they took a timeout just as the play clock was about to expire. 5:08 to go in this ball game, and we've got a good one. Stay with us, folks. Malvern trails 31-26. Back at Malvern, Claude Mann Stadium, the Leopards trail 31-26, but they have staged quite a comeback here in the fourth quarter, trailing by as many as, Ron, 18.
Don't get me to do the math. You already put me in the corner with the dunce hat on, so, you know.
It's 31-13 at 1 point.
Yeah. That would be 18 points.
Holly brings a man in motion, takes the gives, runs to his left, under pressure. Gets across the line. He's going to be very close to a first down. May have gotten it before he went out of bounds. We're like the Leopards were going to have him hemmed up in the backfield, but shows good speed.
Well, I tell you what, Justin Danner was all over him coming from his left defensive end. I mean, he was going for all he could. He just couldn't quite get there.
Quarterback brings the play in, Garrett Carson. And he will set up at quarterback now.
Yeah.
Twins to either side. 5 minutes to go. Leopards trailing by 5. First and 10 for Lakeside. Fakes to give, throw far side. Couple 3 yards on the reception for the Rams. The receiver stays in bounds and keeps the clock going.
Boy, another play, really nice play out there. Josh Williams out there in that corner. He had him 2-on-1. He fought the blocker off and held him after the reception by the Ram, held him to a two-yard gain. Nice play out there, young man.
2nd down 7. Again, the Malvern crowd trying to do their part. Carson sets up at quarterback. Rolls to his right, looking to throw, underneath, passes in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That's number 11, Richard Burke, and Burke's been the target of several passes tonight.
Jared Walker closing in, sophomore corner closing in from his defensive position there, was all over the play. Big 3rd down here for the Leopards.
3rd down and 7. Again, 4:09 to go. Leopards trailing by 5. It's 31-26.
Desjardins comes in as another nickelback, and big number 7, Colton Welch, has done a really good job inside that interior. We're back with a 3-man front now and expecting the pass.
Carson again at quarterback. Twins to either side for the Rams. Brings a man in motion. Carson takes a snap, looks at blitz. They've got the screen set up, and it's going for the first down.
Yeah.
Gain up to the 35 of Malvern.
Malvern took a gamble on that, and it was a good gamble, sending the safety on the right side, and almost got there. Nice, cool play by the quarterback, Garrett Carson, for the Rams there, knowing that the blitz was coming in, waited till Blakely Lawless, the big tailback that's really hurt us tonight, caught the ball and picked up some 4 minutes left in this one.
Ball at the 36. It's 1st and 10. 36 of Malvern's where the ball is spotted. Same formation for Lakeside. It seems to be their base formation. The twins to either side. Give to Lawless up the middle. Lawless hit and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. They'll spot him at the 35, or just shy of the 35. So
Justin James, senior linebacker, and Quanti Walker in on the play.
3:20 to go in the ball game. Time working against the Leopards. They played valiantly here in the fourth quarter, and now need one more stop.
Yeah, 1st and 10s and are the biggest nemesis here, and like you said, to be redundant, they do need a 2 and out now.
Who bought you a thesaurus? One man splits to the left, foul formation for Lakeside. We're going to take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. 2:52 to go here in the ball game. Leopards trail 31-26. Back at Claude Mann, where the Leopards trail 31-26. 2:52 to go here in the ball game. 2nd and 9 for Lakeside. They're at the Malvern 35. Foul formation. Holly on the keeper off the left side. He's got the first down as he gets up near the Malvern 20-yard line. And the big chunks of yardage. Well, and then the first downs, as you mentioned before, working against Malvern.
Well, not only that, with Holly back there, when they put Jalen Holly back there in taking that direct snap, and they've also got, they're putting the big quarterback back there, Jarrett Carson, so makes it a very dangerous formation with those two. Those are two very good athletes. Holly, of course, being the senior, and Garrett, the sophomore.
Very talented young man.
Yes, he is.
Again, power formation. Holly sets up to take the snap. He does. Sweep, far side. He breaks a tackle. He is going to be up about a yard shy of another first down. And a formation that we haven't seen a lot of tonight, and I'm sure the Leopard defense is trying to adjust on the fly. Again, rotating men in and out as Bell comes in for the Leopards.
2 minutes left in this one. Leopards trailing 31-26. Trying to get a stop here and get the ball back and make some magic happen.
At this point, you assume they kick a field goal and be done with it.
Be done with it, true.
2nd down, 3 to go.
Clock being the big nemesis of the Leopard right now.
Holly again at quarterback, takes a snap again, sweep to the left side. And Holly with a big run. He has another first down, and he's going to be down to, looks like about the 5-yard line. But 33 to go, and the Leopards need to make a stop, create a turnover if they're going to have a chance here.
You got to have,
I tell you what, Ron, if they've run that play 3 times in a row now, you got to wonder if they're not going to switch it up and reverse to the near side.
I think they may run it. Well, they're going to run that at 33, and they're going to make that the lineup. I'm thinking they're going to run it till we stop it. I mean, it's 1st and goal.
Holly again at quarterback. Yeah, again the sweep to the far side. Cuts upfield. He's dropped inside the 5-yard line. Brings up 2nd and goal. They're going to spot him at about the 2.
Leopards take a timeout with 59 seconds left in this one, and kind of in a precarious situation here the Leopards are.
Yeah, 5-point game. They've got to hold them out of the end zone if they're going to have a chance in this one with just under a minute to go.
Yeah.
Crowd is quieted somewhat here at Claude Mann as Lakeside has gotten closer and closer to the goal line. And even just as importantly, rather, the clock has continued to roll. Lakeside's done most of their damage on this drive with the run.
Yes, they have. And they tried to use the pass, and they were successful with the slant. We stopped that, and they go back to their big back, number 33, who has had some success, and then they put the outstanding back, Jalen Hawley, back there in whatever you want to call it, in a shotgun for him or Wildcat, and he's really, really hurt us on this last drive.
Now they run a little student body sweep to the left with him working out a shotgun. Malvern yet to come up with an answer. Run that 4 or 5 plays in a row now.
Yeah.
Second down, goal to go from the 2-yard line. Again, Holly, I believe. No, it's going to be Carson at quarterback. Oh, the play! And it looks like, I'm going to say Lakeside got it, but there's a flag at the bottom of that file.
At the bottom, and they haven't made a call yet. Well, they've got to stop the clock. Wow.
Almost recovered by the Leopards. Lakeside it comes up with it, and they may have to add some time to
they're going to have to. They all went in to see who had caught the ball, and they made a mistake not stopping the clock.
Officials sorting things out on the field. Like they're going to come over to the Malvern coaches and tell them to relay how much time should be on the clock.
Malvern had an opportunity there and just could not quite capitalize on the fumble by the Rams down on their own 2-yard line, and that would have given the Leopards approximately 45-47 seconds to do something with it. Now,
52. They're going to put 52 seconds on the clock, or rather change the clock to 52 seconds. Take them just a moment to get the clock adjusted. Teams huddling on the sidelines.
This may be one of those games when instead of 4 quarters, we need a 5th quarter. Instead of a 5th down, we need a 5th quarter.
Ron, you sound enamored with 5 downs and quarters, and
5's a good number.
Lakeside offense back out onto the field, 52 seconds.
We really need another turnover here real quick, get the ball back in the hands of the Leopards.
Like Holly's lined up at quarterback. Like to see him fumble another snap. He's not going to. He takes it back up the middle. He stops shy of the goal line. The Leopards are going to call timeout. We're going to bring up 4th and goal, and they're going to have to kick, and the Leopards are going to get a shot.
Yeah, 1 timeout left, and the Leopards are out of timeout, so decision time for Coach McBride over there, whether to kick it or try to punch it in, and I'm thinking.
You know what? I'd punch it.
I would too. I mean, because it's going to take a touchdown for the Leopards to beat you anyway. So I mean, if you punch it, you've won it. If you don't, the Leopards starting out 98 yards away with less than 45 seconds, and tough. You know, that's something we haven't done in 11 years. Second guess to coach. We never have one of ours. It's okay if we second guess theirs. We can second guess those goobers over on the other side. Sorry about that, Coach McBride. But anyway,
I thought you'd
started mellowed.
I thought you started turning eloquent on me and pull that out.
No. Eloquence and Ron McNamara, they do not go together.
Should be in the same sentence unless it is Ron is not eloquent.
Yeah, you spell it using the paragraph.
47 seconds to go in the ball game. Leopards trailing by 5. Lakeside coming to the line of scrimmage. And
Looks like they're going to go for it, Mike.
And then that's the right call. Malvern's got to score a touchdown. And if you can score one, they're going to kick it.
Well, what you think? Let's see. I haven't paid attention.
Well,
Jim's only been the holder all night.
They're going to make Malvern score a touchdown in the 2-point conversion.
We had a whistle.
I don't know if that came from the officiating crew or not. There was a whistle. The field goal was good. I'm going to say the whistle did not come from an official.
44 seconds left in this. Leopards trail this one 26-34. The on-soon kickoff with 44.9 seconds left in. And they're over. I'm not closed the book on this.
I'll tell you this, Ron, and don't get me wrong, this is not how I want to see the game finish.
No.
If the game finishes this way, if you're Lakeside, your player of the game is Brett Gaston.
No doubt about it.
12 points. He's
No doubt about it.
besides extra points that he's put on the board for you.
Yeah.
The kid is an awesome weapon to have for a high school team.
Well, the thing about it, too, is they've had him down there in range. If we could have played as much offense on their end of the field as they played offense on our end of the field, I'm sure that Jesus Torres would have had 2 or 3 field goals also. But it is what it is, and need a big return out here, number 34, and he's quite capable of doing it.
Like they may be going. Well, no, he's going to straighten up now. For a moment, I thought they'd be going for the short angle kick. The leg this young man has, I'd kick it as deep as I could.
He can do anything he wants to with it.
It is going to be fairly short. Be fielded at the 20-yard line. 25. Coming to the near side, he's at the 30, 35. Tackle made there with 38 seconds to go. Trent Block on the return. And the Leopards, Ron, it's not a huge chance, but they've got a shot.
They've got a shot.
And you got to know the safeties are playing deep here.
Well, not only that, but with the receivers that the Leopards have, anything's possible.
You either got to go long or get to the sideline. Warford sets up in shotgun.
I figure they're going to the sideline a couple times.
Takes a snap.
Right here.
Throwing as far as he can. He's got a man. It's Bedford. There it is. Bedford makes the catch, and he got the interference call.
I saw the interference call, and Bedford makes the catch at the 29-yard line of the Rams.
Oh, my, what a play.
I'm telling you, the defense of the Ram was all over the kid, and I was fixing to call defense. We're calling defense. Defensive interference. That's easy for me to say.
31
pass
seconds.
interference. Let's just call it pass interference. That's what
31 seconds to go, and the Leopards are going to get to add on to where this ball wound up. Maybe the field goal was the right idea, Ron.
Yeah.
They're going to put the ball at the 29-yard line. Malvern is 31 seconds and 4 downs to get it in there. Warford looking to pass, under pressure, lets it go, complete at the 20-yard line, but he didn't get out of bounds. Leopards have to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. The Leopards have got to hurry as Marshall Bedford made the catch.
First and 10, clock stopped, so they got to get set. 20 seconds left with this one at the 16-yard lines of the Rams. This one's going down the line, folks.
Clock stop for the chains to move. Warford going to keep it up the middle.
Now we got to go. Clock. Get up. Clock's going to...
Warford under center. 4 seconds to go. Wow. He downs it. He gets it. I can't believe he got that away. But the Leopards will have 2 seconds and one play, Ron, to get in the end zone.
And then 2-point conversion.
Wow. What a finish.
What a finish.
Leopards trailed by 8 with 2 seconds to go. And the Leopard offense back out to the line of scrimmage. Warford was tackled just outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that was Austin saw a seam in the middle and he thought he could score, and it looked like he was going to there for a little bit.
Fumbled snap. Warford loses it. Lakeside covers it, and that's your ball game.
Tough loss for the Leopards to come from back so far, and Leopards come up short, 26-34.